Hi, I'm Shutapa Basu on I Recommend for eTimes Books. Isn't this the craziest time that we are living in? Locked down in our homes, wondering how to pass time? In fact, this morning, the Times of India reported that people were waking up and asking what day is it. And Tom Hanks has been quoted saying that Saturdays and Sundays are meaningless because every day is a no-work day. So what's happening? Has passing time become irrelevant or has it become more precious? You know, in Italy, when the pandemic was at its height, people were going out and partying like there was no tomorrow, literally. And that reminded me of a book that I read as a teenager. It was called On the Beach by Nevil Shute. It was published in 1957 and it talks about the devastation that radioactivity had brought across the world. So there were these continents after continents where there were only ghost towns because all the living things, trees, animals and human beings were dead. There was only one small community in a village which was on an island off the coast of New Zealand where people were still alive. But radioactivity was coming their way. So how did the people react when radioactive poisoning started appearing in their village? Did their normal behavior change? Did they suddenly become very kind and generous because they were going to die soon? No, not at all. Some of them became very selfish and cruel. So that got me thinking, do we really know how we are going to behave when we know that death is coming for us? Another very interesting book that I read during the lockdown is called Move Over Microchips. It's by Venkat Iyer, who gave up a hotshot IBM career to begin farming in a small village near Mumbai. It's a real life story and so interesting because the writer speaks about his travels and his triumphs in such a candid, humorous manner. I enjoyed it and I'm sure you will too. If you like thrillers, I would recommend for you Claire McIntosh's I Let You Go. You know, all thrillers are supposed to have a twist, but this one has a mammoth twist and it happens halfway through the story. I'm a writer myself and so I was amazed by her skill. She did not let the reader suspect even once that the story was going to turn on its head. It was such a wonderful book to read. You must try it. I love historical fiction. So recently I read this book by Ken Follett called The Fall of the Giants. Very entertaining and very informative. It tells you so beautifully in an analytical manner about the massive political and social and power struggle and upheaval that happened in Great Britain after the First World War. It's a must read. But if you are interested in history and thrills merging together, I would recommend Ashwin Sanghi's Chanakya's Chant. I love the way the story kept going backwards and forwards into the past and into the present, showing you parallel situations. It's very, very interesting. And anyway, Ashwin Sanghi is my favorite writer. If you are a biography buff, I would recommend for you Jora Shako by Aruna Chakravarti. It's a biography of the entire Tagore family. Through beautiful stories, she is able to portray the dynamics of the relationships between the members of the family and how they evolved. Another lovely biography is Rusi M. Lala's Beyond the Blue Skies. This is the story of the life of J.R.D. Tata, an amazing personality. Lala really delves beautifully into that personality and comes out with wonderful anecdotes about his life. I didn't know so much about him that I know today because of that book. Did you know that when he founded Air India, J.R.D. Tata ensured that the flights were dead on time? So much so that the people working at the Heathrow airport would fix the correct time on their watches when the Air India flight landed. Strange, but that's true. So today, that's all that I have to recommend to you. Please be safe, be healthy, and read a lot of interesting books during this lockup. Thank you so much.